Forget the floating axe head. Forget the healing of poison stew. We need to talk about the bears. We are taught that miracles are expressions of divine love. But the story of Elisha is a terrifying exception. It is a raw look at divine power in its most unsettling form, a force that is not tame, not safe, and not always kind. The story is in 2 Kings 2. Elisha, having just received the double portion of Elijah's spirit, is walking to Bethel. A group of youths swarm him, mocking his authority. Go on up, Baldy. He doesn't rebuke them. He doesn't ignore them. Elisha turns, looks at them, and curses them in the name of the Lord. Immediately, 2 female bears emerge from the woods and maul 42 of the youths. This is not a parable. It's presented as a brutal fact. Why? This wasn't just name-calling. Go on up was a direct, contemptuous reference to Elijah's recent ascension in the whirlwind. They weren't just mocking his hair. They were mocking his divine authority and the very power of God that had just appointed him. Elisha's response was a horrific, divine validation. It was a statement: the power of God's prophet is not to be trifled with. It is lethal, but this isn't the only time his power turns dark. Look at his servant, Gehazi, in 2 Kings 5. Naaman the Syrian is cured of leprosy. Elisha refuses payment, showing that God's grace is not for sale. But Gehazi, consumed by greed, secretly runs after Naaman and lies to get a reward. When Elisha confronts him, the punishment is not a simple firing. It is an act of supernatural judgment. Elisha, acting as a conduit, transfers the disease. He says, Naaman's leprosy will cling to you and your descendants forever. Instantly, Gehazi is covered in leprosy, white as snow. This is a genetic, eternal curse, a punishment far exceeding the crime. Elisha's ministry is a profound and disturbing lesson. It shows that the power of God is not just a gentle stream, it is a high-voltage current. It can heal the water of Jericho, and it can call bears from the woods. It can raise a child from the dead, and it can condemn a man's entire bloodline. Elisha was a man who wielded this power, demonstrating that God's authority is absolute, and to stand against it, or to corrupt it, invites a judgment that is as swift and terrible as it is miraculous.